So for today, I did the syncing the pose, and I also did sending a audio play cue to between instances. The left one is instance one, and the right one is instance two. So anything you see up here is this one, and anything you see over here is this one. Let me go into the code really quick. Creating a client, I had to do this twice, one for 1268.3 and one for 1268.4. That way they could both talk to each other. And then for the sync pose, just get the pose that was put onto this by an external object. Turn it into a string with the mat for to string function that was handily provided. Put it into the out stream right here, and then when we are receiving it on the other instance, we put it into a temporary string because I don't know if you can just do straight from the stream into a constructor. And then I set the pose equal to the the pose of this message, the member variable pose, not the actual pose of any object, to the pose that just came in, and then once again using just the constructor because it already has it built in that it can just take a string. And then on message received, I just grab the temp cube that I use for everything for testing, and I set the pose of it to the pose. Right here. Set the pose of the cube from the pose that I just got, and then I overloaded the toString function for debugging, which was helpful. And then for the play sound, where is that? Right here. For play sound, I just have a file name, and then I pass that file name to the out stream, and then when I'm reading it in, I just grab the file name, and on message arrived, I send it to the audio engine to play it. And because it's local, I'm able to just pass the file name, and also they're running from the same basic place, so the relative paths work for both of them. But if I was doing it like over a network, I would have to make sure that it was there, or like over a wide area network or something, like over the internet. I would have to make sure that the file was there, or maybe I could put the whole file, but that would take a long time, and I don't know if I'm trying to do audio streaming or if this is even really capable of audio streaming. And then once again, another toString function for debugging purposes. And then in here I have, in here I have in the on key down some movement stuff to move the cube. Left and right, up and down, space goes up and control goes down. Q and R are roll, and or is that Q? Q and E are roll. Yeah, that makes sense. Q and E are roll. R and F are pitch, and then Z does the sound play on the other one. And then anytime I press a key, I just send I tell it to sync poses. Is there anything else important in here? I don't think so. Okay, so let me show you what I've got. Okay, so when I'm in here, yeah, and since I'm looking at a weird angle, let me fix this so I'm looking at it like a relatively the same angle, so that it looks like it's moving the same way. So left and right. I mean, I guess you could tell because of the axes, but so and then up, down, and then rotate, 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 rotate. And then if I go to this other one, it still should work, yes. So rotate, And since it's all going to come into one audio stream, you're not going to really be able to tell which one it is coming out of, but you'll see the message pop up that it sent the message to the other one. So, bop, and right here the play sound. And I was trying to show it by like muting one, but because they have the same name, it's like it doesn't really prove anything because they both have the same name. So I would mute. I could just be muting the other one, but if you test it, it should be pretty clear that it's working. So, yeah, if I had some interesting ideas about how to use the net messages, like, I don't know, kind of as like a sort of this is totally 100% not fully thought out. This is just me spitballing ideas, like a sort of Conway Game of Life, like sort of ecosystem thing where the different islands communicate to each other. Like you have an island and you're communicating with other islands like via network messages. I don't know. And it's like a sort of a automata thing, like emergent behavior. I think that could be cool because then everybody could have their own little island. Like you could have it wouldn't be really a game. It would be more like a desk toy, and your little island would do its things, and it would interact with other little islands on other people's computers that does little things, and they'd interact just by sending each other messages. And yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know if there's a real use case for it, but it seems like something that would be interesting to watch or interesting to make. So, yeah, that is today's assignment.